absolutely the best and the greatest and the most spectacular and the most perfect right now, because the goal always indeed is to be so. Kaivan Irani, your success facilitator, because that is as important as we see the sun rise from the east. The communication today, of course, the objective is to provide clarity. The word is clarity, because that is extremely imperative for us to move forward. Yes, I do want to set up the corporation in the US. That is the primary objective. Now, the $1,000,000 question is, now what's the best you can do for me? Because that is indeed the question. Now, you might say XYZ, I'm unique. I am unique, because that is certain. That is completely certain. And since I am unique, you got to provide me with a unique proposition, because that is the only way we are going to be able to move forward. Now, the $1,000,000 question is, do you want to deal with the best or you want to deal with the rest? That's a question only you can answer. So, very important is you just want to deal with the best, because that is as true as we see the sun rise from the east. You know, there is a quick story I'm going to tell you, the quick story. It's a really important story. So in this beautiful, wonderful place, there is a really ancient, wise man, wise wizard. You can call him the wizard. You can call the person the wizard. And I'll avoid being gender specific here. This person is a real wizard. Wise person, wise human being. And a lot of people realize that this person is a wise person, so they go to the wise person and they say, Master, 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 please facilitate us to navigate through the thing called life and facilitate us in creating successful outcomes for ourselves. So the master is silent for a couple of minutes or seconds, smiles, and then says, all you want to do is believe the best and disbelieve the rest now, because that is what takes you towards successful or facilitates successful outcomes. Again, believe the best and disbelieve the rest, because that is the only way forward now, because that is important. So a couple of people, some of them were doubters. What do you say? Doubters or uncertain. So they asked the master, they said, how do we believe that you are the best? So the master again stays silent for a couple of seconds, looks up, smiles, and then says, okay, you know, the people who disbelieve that I'm the best are only able to create unsuccessful outcomes for themselves, because that is completely certain. And the people who believe that I indeed am the best are able to create some really phenomenal outcomes, really infinitely successful outcomes for themselves right now, because that is as true as we see the sun rise from the east. So the choice is completely yours. The master says the choice is completely yours. You choose to believe the best and disbelieve the rest, because that is also a choice. If you choose to believe that I am not the very best now, because that also is a choice you make, and you choose to believe the rest, which is of course going to be a waste of your life and time, that's also a choice you make. So, coming back to the moral of the story is that you are fortunate to deal with somebody who's completely unique and really spectacular right now, because that is indeed the objective. Kaivan Irani, your success facilitator right now, because that is as true as we see the sun rise from the east. You make it a pleasant and a phenomenal, and of course you fill in the blanks, because remember, you always deserve the best.